How's it going? This is Austin Schindel, the Xfinity sports guy, and thanks to Xfinity, I'm pleased to be joined by Brad Wells, editor, writer, owner, an internet renaissance man for StampedeBlue.com. Thanks for joining me, Brad.
Thanks for having me, Austin. I appreciate it.
All right, well, we'll get right to it. The Colts are 6-3, which is a big surprise to a lot of us, but maybe not to you. What has been the biggest thing about this team that has allowed them to exceed expectations?
Well, it actually is a big surprise to me. I didn't think this team was going to be this good, and the big surprise to me, I think, is just how well they've played, and they've exceeded my expectations and how mature they've been. You expected a team that's going to be this young, this many rookies. They've had, at times in certain games, they've had 5 rookies out there on offense: rookie quarterback, rookie running back, 2 rookie receivers, 2 rookie tight ends. You can make the argument that some of the guys along the offensive line are kind of rookies in a way. Anthony Costanzo's only in his second year. So a lot of young guys out there, but they've been very mature and very resilient. And I think that's actually been more impressive than their play on the field.
Well, I'm gonna have you rank these 3 things as from most important to least important on why the Colts are better. Chuck Pagano, Andrew Luck, and Reggie Wayne.
Good. That's a really good question. I would have to say, in order, it would have to be Luck, Pagano, and Wayne. And the reason why I have Pagano second and not third is obviously because of the situation that he's going through with the leukemia treatments, the chemotherapy, and things like that. What he has had to go through and being away from the team has helped galvanize the team. Mm-hmm. Another person you could throw in there is Bruce Arians, the interim head coach, offensive coordinator who's taken over. I think he and Pagano kind of go hand in hand. So you could almost say number 2 isn't Chuck Pagano, it's Chuck Pagano's situation,
right,
and how the team is sort of galvanized around it.
Well, I think it's amazing just the campaign that they've created and the culture around the team of support, fans. Just, you don't want to say that it was a good thing by any means, but it's definitely something that has definitely seemed to help this team. So finally, 10 years straight playing the New England Patriots, 12 matchups. Now, I'm going to take you to the highs of the highs and the lowest of the lows. Tell me your ultimate best moment from the rivalry over the last decade and the worst moment.
Let me go worst moment first, because
okay.
I'll feel better at the end of it.
No problem.
Worst moment was actually in 2001. And I remember watching a game. It was Tom Brady's second year, but it was his first year as a starter. Mm-hmm. The Patriots came to Indianapolis. And in that game, a player named Troy Brown, who I don't know if you know or not, Troy Brown, he set an NFL record in that game against the Colts. He was the first player at that time to throw a touchdown pass, rush for a touchdown pass, and catch a touchdown pass. If you had it in fantasy, you most likely won that week. And a huge, huge Patriot win. Just absolutely blew out the Colts. The Colts were terrible that year. They were 6-10. That was the lowest point. The highest point, I think, is what a lot of people would say would be the 2007 AFC Championship game. That was for the 2006 season. That was the game where the Colts were down 21-6 at halftime, came back to win in the second half. A huge comeback victory in the fourth quarter. It's probably the game that's going to, be the legacy game of Peyton Manning, and right. It was the playoff game where the Colts finally defeated the Patriots.
And I know we spoke about this off screen. I got to give you a little jabs. You're 4-6 in fantasy, which still isn't out of the pack, surprisingly. We're so all tight-knit there. But you got a couple guys on bye this week. And listen, man, that's fantasy. You never know. But you actually did give a final prediction for the game this week. But I'm not gonna let you say it. You got to go to StampedeBlue.com to check it out. And, of course, you could follow Brad and all these Stampede Blue writers at Stampede Blue on Twitter. Of course, like I said, go to StampedeBlue.com for the best and most comprehensive Indianapolis Colts news, analysis, and coverage. Brad, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Austin. Take care.
Austin Schindel, the Xfinity sports guy, reminding you to follow Xfinity Sports for all your behind-the-scenes and insider content all season long.